At 1 year old, during my first birthday grabbing ceremony, I picked out a little husband for myself all on my own. My mom didn't believe in fate, so she carried me back to the starting line. She wanted me to stay a bit away from her best friend's son. Who knew that little boy would crawl right over to me on his own? Then he hugged my little face and kissed it over and over. Our two moms saw how clingy the two kids were. They decided right then to seal a childhood engagement for us. But no one could have guessed that from then on, had become the biggest nightmare of my life. Every day, if he wasn't scaring me to tears with bugs, he was making me do his homework for him. It wasn't until middle school, when he went abroad, that this childhood engagement slowly faded into oblivion. That day ID just arrived at school. My best friend Chloe came running over excitedly. I heard our class is getting a new transfer student, and he's a total hunk coming back from abroad no less. I just let out a casual "oh." It's not like I've never seen someone return from abroad before, no need to make such a big deal out of it. But Chloe kept chattering away enthusiastically. He's in the staff room right now. I heard the class rep from the next class just went to turn in assignments. She saw the new guy was super hot, so she boldly pulled out her phone to sneak a photo right in the office. She got caught red-handed and her phone was confiscated. She's still standing there getting scolded. Hearing that, I couldn't help but click my tongue in amazement. Just how handsome does someone have to be to dare pull out a phone and snap a photo right in the staff room? Chloe got even more excited. Handsome to an outrageous degree, that's how. Do you want to see the photo? Let me go borrow it for you. I shook my head. Nah, forget it. I'm not boy crazy like you. Anyway, he's the new student in our class. We'll see his real face sooner or later. The first period was literature, but since the teachers were busy grading papers, the lit class turned into self-study. As the class academic rep, I was called up to help the teachers input scores. My close girlfriends all took turns reminding me, make sure to get a good look at the new student's face. Okay, I want to hear a 1,000-word essay describing his appearance from you. Class rep, you got this. And while you're at it, check my score for me too. I nodded in agreement, grabbed my pencil case and headed out. Once inside the staff room in the office, teachers and students were sitting together, all busy inputting scores and checking exam papers. I glanced around once. Didn't see any unfamiliar faces, let alone anyone stunningly handsome. Looks like I wasn't meant to meet this new student after all. So I pushed the thought to the back of my mind and joined the team checking exam papers. Before long, I spotted a few familiar names, so I sneakily grabbed a pen and jotted down their scores. Just my luck wasn't great. Right up until the bell rang for the end of class, I still hadn't found my own exam paper. The teachers, not wanting to hold us up for the next class, clapped their hands to signal we could head back. So I packed up my things, hugged my little score notebook and hurried back to class. But as soon as I reached the third-floor stairs, I saw a crowd gathered tightly, almost all girls. I figured the new student must have just arrived in class. I peeked around for a bit, but I didn't see any foreign guy with blonde hair and blue eyes, with a head full of questions. I walked into class under the admiring gazes of the girls. During break, the classroom was buzzing like a market. As soon as I reached the podium, a few eager classmates surrounded me asking about the class scores. I cleared my throat lightly, then pulled out the score notebook, let them pass it around themselves. After that, I headed straight to my seat, only to find my desk mate spot empty of Chloe. Instead, there was a boy there. He was wearing a white t-shirt and jeans, sporting a black baseball cap, head bowed low hiding more than half his face, leaning back in the chair holding an exam paper and reading it intently. His vibe was like he'd come for a parent-teacher meeting. I even thought Chloe had gotten her parents called in. My steps hesitated a bit. I looked around planning to ask someone what was going on, and spotted Chloe right away, sitting smugly in the very back row. Her expression a mix of excitement and complication as she stared at him. She was wildly mouthing something at me, but Chloe's gestures right then were truly too wild. I couldn't make out a single word, so I shifted my gaze to someone else. What's up with everyone in class? I didn't even finish asking, when the boy suddenly looked up, his indifferent eyes on me. Want to come in? When I got a clear look at this boy's appearance, I suddenly understood what Chloe was mouthing. New student, but isn't the new student supposed to be from abroad? My eyes went wide. I blurted out my inner thoughts without thinking. This new student seemed to be in his voice-changing phase, his voice a bit hoarse, but captivatingly so. Hearing that, he let out a soft hum, and he had a face that matched that voice perfectly. Peach blossom eyes, double eyelids, a high nose bridge, skin so smooth it seemed like you could pinch water from it. I took a deep breath, tilted my head to seek help from the classmate next to me. Did we switch seats? Chloe in the back row suddenly jumped up, speaking at lightning speed. Class academic rep, your seat didn't change, it's still there. She said it and quickly sat back down. Hearing that the new student seemed to realize something, he pushed himself and the chair forward a bit, making space for me to get in. So my desk mate really is the class academic rep. The 4 words my desk mate seemed emphasized by him. Help, why does hearing him say my desk mate? Those 4 words feel so thrilling. I mumbled a thank you, then went to my seat. Just then the bell for class rang. The new student suddenly picked up an exam paper, muttering softly 68. I heard it. My eyes shifted to that paper too. English Diagnostic Test 68 points name. I jumped up immediately, snatched the exam paper back, holding back my discomfort so as not to scare the new guy. I softly protested, this is my exam. Then I turned my face away, ignoring my new desk mate altogether. The class period flew by. The bell for the end of class had barely rung a few seconds, when the new student was surrounded by girls from class. Some girls from other classes were next to him too, holding up their phones, seeming to want his contact info. Some girls on the outer ring couldn't scan the code, and enthusiastically held their phones up high. The expression on Chloe's face suddenly became vivid, like she'd just swallowed a fly. Then she came over to me, whispering, I know people abroad are open, but the new student looks so cold. Yet I didn't expect him to be so proactive. The bell for class rang again soon. The girls left regretfully. The new student put away his phone. I put away my English paper too. In that instant, both our hands appeared on the desk at the same time. Under the sunlight, the red moles on our wrists were crystal clear. Seeing that I froze in place. Why does this new student look so much like my childhood nightmare? That annoying neighbor boy who was like a nightmare had an identical red mole on his wrist. Because of that, when we were little, our families almost sealed the engagement for good. It wasn't until his whole family emigrated that it ended. Right then my heart felt like it was about to jump out of my chest. Can I ask what your name is? Even though the truth was right in front of me, I still didn't want to believe it. The new student raised an eyebrow slightly. Just then the classroom door was pushed open. Mr. Charles came in hugging a stack of exam papers. Class lit rep come up and hand out the exams. So I still hadn't gotten an answer. I stood up like in a dream, dazedly walked to the podium to distribute them. Mr. Charles always liked reading scores out loud in class, to motivate everyone's fighting spirit. This time was no exception. Whoever's name is called comes up to get their paper. By the end only 2 sheets left, mine at 125 points. Below the podium murmurs started. The class academic rep is top of the class again. Who knows, maybe top of the grade this time too. Yeah, this exam was really tough, but I knew I wasn't the highest. Because under my exam paper was one with a sky-high score 137, and it wasn't even a name from our class. I thought it was a mix-up, so I was about to set the paper down. But Mr. Charles said keep reading. So I paused, then read Ethan 137 points. The class erupted instantly. Who not from our class anyone know him? Right then the new student leisurely stood up and walked to the podium. Familiar face, familiar mischievous look. I stared at him blankly. Ethan, memories from childhood flooded back. Ethan, you jerk. Why Ethan, I'm telling your mom on you. Big brother Ethan, you're scaring me again. I'm really gonna tell. Boo-hoo. Ethan snatched the exam paper from my stunned hand. When our eyes met, the corner of his thin lips curved up slightly, revealing a faint hint of a smile. Below in class the buzz grew. Look everyone, the class academic rep is totally spaced out. 137 points, I'm spaced out too. Mr. Charles, where'd you find such a study god for our class? Mr. Charles looked extremely pleased. Order now. Next let's have the new student introduce himself. Hearing that, Ethan picked up a piece of chalk, turned and wrote 3 words Ethan on the blackboard. My name is Ethan. Graduated high school from Holden Academy in the United Kingdom. Looking forward to your help from now on. Mr. Charles enthusiastically led the applause. Great. From now on everyone get along well. You two head back to your seats. In my heart right then I didn't know what to feel. My mind foggy as I walked back to my seat. When I sat down I saw Ethan head back to the podium once more, grabbing my exam paper for me. That ID forgotten up there. I felt a headache coming on, but also a bit strange. This childhood friend seemed different from my memories. He looked a lot more mature. I suddenly thought. My nightmare must have truly faded into the past. When he was little he loved bullying me. Probably because he was still childish back then. Now that he's grown up he's more sensible. Well, I'll be magnanimous and forgive the awful things Ethan did to me. Thinking that, I cheered up, reached out to take the exam from Ethan. But he refused to let go. He casually uttered 2 words, you idiot, then released his grip on my exam paper. I thought I'd misheard. I was a bit stunned. Slowly took the paper and placed it on the desk. Then quickly turned to glance at him. Was I hearing things, or did he just insult me for real? Seeing him still casually listening to the lecture, I had no choice but to turn back to my exam. Only when I stopped looking at him did Ethan lower his head and smile faintly. As soon as class ended I bolted out. I pulled Chloe to a corner, just opened my mouth to say I know that new guy. But Chloe was in a super excited state too. Couldn't wait and interrupted me. Hey, let me go first, I just heard something. In the previous period weren't there a bunch of girls from other classes coming to find the new student? Then after they all left, I heard from someone in class. The QR code he showed wasn't his own. Guess whose it was? I shook my head, no idea. Anyway, he just got here, how would he know anyone? Mr. Charles, Chloe said gleefully, Ha ha ha, I can't even imagine what Mr. Charles' reaction will be when he sees that pile of friend requests. I was totally shocked. So ruthless if I were those girls. I'd definitely hate Ethan to death. Chloe casually asked, right? What were you about to say earlier? I calmly replied, Ethan is my childhood buddy. We've known each other since we were in our mom's bellies. It's just that in middle school he moved away. Didn't expect him to move back now. Hearing that, Chloe wasn't shocked at all. Instead, she excitedly grabbed my shoulders. You're totally close to the source of luck. With a resource like this, don't waste it. Within a week I want to see you appearing before the whole school as the official girlfriend of the ultimate heartthrob childhood sweetheart. The corner of my mouth twitched. Am not close with him. We even have beef. If there's any relationship between us, it'd only be him calling me dad. When we got back to class, we caught Ethan at the water dispenser by the back door. He somehow got hold of a paper cup and a water card, lazily standing there getting water. I pretended not to see. Calmly walked past him to my seat. Chloe's seat had been moved all the way to the back row. As soon as she sat down, she secretly observed the activity by the back door. Ethan hadn't filled his cup yet when he handed the water card back to a girl standing nearby, softly saying thanks, his voice a bit hoarse, deep and low. Just hearing it was enough to melt hearts. The girl he directly thanked blushed shyly, mustering all her courage to say hi. I'm Lily. Nice to meet you. Chloe froze. Only after hearing the name did she look closely at the girl's face, realizing it really was Lily. My expression immediately turned furious. Lily and I had been archenemies since middle school. Now she's trying to seduce my nightmare. Even a worm turns when trodden on. So I dashed to the third row, grabbed my water cup and headed to the back row. Glanced at the water dispenser, saw Ethan still standing there, with Lily. I suddenly had a bad feeling. Over there, Chloe was already on the scene, directly handing him the cup. Hey Ethan, your desk mate wants you to get her some water. Ethan seemed to pause for a second, but still obediently took the cup. But he didn't have a water card, and Chloe had no intention of giving him one. So please bring it back to her. She said it and skipped away, without even glancing at Lily. Lily was both angry and confused. Chloe was way too obvious, clearly targeting her. But Lily still proactively offered her water card. With a smile full of intent, use mine. Over here I couldn't sit still, always feeling like my friend Chloe was unreliable, and had just caused trouble for me again. From the corner of my eye saw a figure approaching. A hand placed the cup, full of warm water, in front of me. I immediately looked up with a fierce expression. Took so long, what bad thing did you do with my cup? The hand holding the cup, Ethan's, paused. The corner of his mouth curved up. Smiling, what's wrong? Complaining that I'm late. I didn't expect the one bringing the cup to be Ethan. My fierce look instantly turned to stammering. I mistook you for someone else. Ethan looked at my dazed expression, suddenly raised his hand, but stopped midway. Seeing his weird action, I warily backed up against the wall. What are you doing? Ethan pulled his hand back, slowly replying nothing. At this height, it looked like he was about to pat my head. Memories from when we were in elementary school together came back. That bad neighbor, big brother, often messed up my hair. The person I'd tucked away in the corner of my memories was now right in front of me, alive and well. Right then it still felt a bit unreal. So I slowly leaned closer to him, softly asking, Ethan, are you really the Ethan I know? He raised an eyebrow, leaned a bit closer to me too, his tone a bit unhappy. I thought you recognized me when you walked into class. I pouted, suppressing the strange emotions budding inside. No, I forgot about you ages ago. As I spoke I extended my wrist, revealing the red mole identical to his. If I hadn't seen this mole, I really wouldn't have remembered. Ethan also turned his wrist up. The position of the moles on our wrists almost matched perfectly, creating a vague sense of destiny. For some reason, his voice suddenly became indifferent. Just a soft "oh" and that was it. That afternoon I suddenly realized what I'd said earlier didn't sound very nice. So I hurried to backpedal. I mean, it's been so many years. It was all kid stuff, right? You can't expect a kid's memory to be that good. He casually countered. Then why didn't I forget you? I was stunned. Probably because my looks haven't changed much at all. Hearing that, Ethan suddenly let out a scoffing laugh. Yeah, ugly from small to big. Hearing that, I turned away huffily, sprawled on the desk doing homework, ignoring him. But Ethan seemed in the mood to chat. He poked my arm with his pen, lazily saying, hey classmate, don't just focus on writing by yourself. Your new friend doesn't even have a single book yet. I got even more alert. Even pushed my workbook deeper into the corner of the desk. Ethan wasn't one to back down. Directly pulled his chair into the middle, sitting right in the space between our desks. You gotta show some love to your friends. My left side was the wall. I couldn't back up any further. I huffed, arms hugging the workbook tightly. I don't have that kindness. I see you're pretty energetic in this class. Go find someone else to love. He sighed, about to say something, when Lily interrupted. Hey Ethan, you can use my workbook for now. Next period I have to go work on the wall newspaper. I won't be in class. Lily stood in the aisle, looking extremely generous, hand holding out a workbook. Ethan's eyes swept over her, then to the workbook in her hand, his gaze cold, completely no intention of reaching out to take it. I found it a bit confusing, thinking to myself Lily is unusually enthusiastic today. She wasn't like this before. I looked at him, and accidentally met Ethan's eyes directly. Our gazes met. I was flustered by his indifferent look, feeling even stranger. Could he be too shy to take it? In a moment of hesitation, I reached out, took the workbook from Lily's hand for him, placed it on his desk. Just take it. Our class is all about loving each other. Ethan seemed to glare at me, then softly said to Lily, thanks. Lily glanced at me. No problem, Ethan. If you need anything, just find me. I don't mind. I'm heading out now. When you're done, just return it to my spot. Ethan nodded slightly. Okay. Lily smiled gently, waved and left. All right then. Bye. I felt like I was a total third wheel. Just then the bell for class rang. The teacher hadn't arrived yet. I stopped looking at him, pouted and huddled in the corner, continuing my work, while Ethan's gaze shifted from the empty desk to the girl quietly working beside him. We hadn't seen each other in 5 years. These 5 years were puberty. The changes were really huge, though the facial features had developed more. That silly and innocent vibe hadn't changed a bit. Just looking made him want to tease her. While writing, I suddenly felt off. My arm had no place to rest on the desk. Glanced to the right, only then remembering earlier Ethan had pushed me right against the wall, and still hadn't moved back. I paused for 3 seconds, turned and grumbled at him. Hey Ethan, you've crossed the 38th parallel. Ethan spread his hands crossed. Where? You're the one sprawling all the way to the middle of the desk. As I spoke, I pointed with my pen to the boundary line between our desks. See? Ethan shrugged indifferently. The 38th parallel, huh? By the 35-58 ratio, I haven't crossed at all. I glared at him angrily, but this glare had zero intimidation. Looking just like a little kitten baring its claws, he raised an eyebrow, decided to pardon me, proactively shifted over a bit, right up until the end of class. We didn't say another word to each other, but I noticed, he basically didn't even flip open Lily's workbook. At the end of class, he directly asked the boy at the next desk to return the book to her, with the excuse that he didn't know where she sat. The afternoon passed just like that. Besides studying diligently, I sought out Chloe a few times to warn her not to blab. I really didn't want others to know about the thing between me and Ethan, but heaven seemed determined not to give me that chance. Late afternoon after school, I packed my bag, grabbed a few exam papers and prepared to go home to face the music. The whole afternoon I'd been down in the dumps. Ethan took it all, and seeing me staring blankly at the English, he let out a scoffing laugh, his tone extremely punchable. You aren't still planning to cry over failing the test, are you? I snapped back, glared at him. Never. Besides, right now I don't want to see your face at all. He blinked meaningfully. That might be a bit tough. I snorted coldly, slung my bag over my shoulder. Ethan put on his mask and baseball cap again, walked out of class with me. To get to the school gate, we had to pass through a cherry blossom avenue. It was blooming season now. Every day after school you'd see lots of young guys and girls coming to admire the flowers. The scenery was dazzlingly vibrant. Every time I passed through here, I couldn't help but slow my steps to feel the cherry blossom scent in the air. Today there was a bit of wind, blowing petals scattering all over the sky. The scene beautiful beyond belief. Right then I really wanted to capture this moment, but I hadn't brought my phone. Suddenly I thought of the guy who'd just transferred, who temporarily still needed to keep in touch. So my eyes lit up. I turned around cheerfully, planning to borrow Ethan's phone for a bit. But before I could speak, I heard a click. Discovered Ethan holding his phone. He let out a soft "oh." Caught, huh? How embarrassing. But his tone had zero embarrassment. I ran over a few steps to see his phone. What did you take? Let me see. Ethan quickly stuffed the phone in his pocket. In broad daylight, no daylight robbery, okay? I didn't know if it was anger or what. Looking at his mocking eyes, my face suddenly flushed red, so I angrily cursed. Ethan, you're such a child. Ethan shrugged indifferently, even fully covered up. But with his height and build standing out, he still drew quite a few glances from people around. Seeing that, I turned and left right away, thinking, if I can't mess with him, can't I just avoid him? Just as I grumpily stepped out the school gate, I heard someone calling me, turned to look, saw a black car parked beside me. Then the window rolled down, revealing a beautiful woman's face. Looking at this face, both strange and familiar, I covered my mouth in surprise. It's Aunt Gina, the neighbor I adored so much as a kid. Mom. Right then Ethan's voice sounded from behind. What a coincidence, ALS out too. Do you still remember me, dear? Aunt Gina smiled and asked. I called out, Aunt Gina, of course I remember. I still remember your braised pork the most. Ethan snorted coldly, squeezed past me. He opened the back door. Now you remember, huh? Aunt Gina looked at us too, smiled meaningfully. Oh my, looks like you two met before I could introduce. I thought I'd have to reintroduce you. I felt a bit shy. He transferred into my class. Paused a moment, I added. And now he's my desk mate too. Aunt Gina looked surprised. That's quite the coincidence. Ethan opened the car door but didn't get in right away. He lazily leaned against the car. You two stop chatting. Can't park here too long. With that he looked at me again, his voice lowering a bit, the corner of his mouth curving up. Get in. I was a bit dazed. But thinking our families knew each other, I got in. Right then Aunt Gina turned from the front seat to look at me. We're heading straight to Celestial Residence for dinner. Your parents are already there waiting. After about half an hour drive, we arrived at Celestial Residence. Aunt Gina led us to the private room. I politely greeted my parents first, then looked at the middle-aged man next to Dad, called out Uncle George. Ethan also greeted Uncle Tony, Aunt Bella, Dad. Uncle George smiled back, stood up and came over to me, measured my height. The little girl from the Sue family has grown so much in a few years. My dad laughed too. Of course. In a blink she's in high school. Feels like just yesterday she was wetting the bed. Right beside a laugh sounded. I was extremely embarrassed. Glanced at Ethan's face holding back laughter. Dad, don't talk nonsense. My mom still sat gracefully in her spot. Couldn't help scolding softly, Vincent. What are you saying? My dad's full name is Vincent Sue. Hearing that he wisely dropped the topic. Hurry and sit. The food's about to come. Hearing that, Ethan very gallantly pulled out a chair for me. Sit here. If it weren't for the adults present, I really wanted to roll my eyes at this fake mature act. The Ethan in front of adults and the Ethan with me were complete opposites. Mom gently nudged my elbow. Hurry and thank Big Brother Al, dear. On other occasions, Mom often reminded me what to say, what to do. I didn't even need to think. Just followed Mom's words like a natural reflex. Thank you, Big Brother Al. I was still mouth open. The word boy stuck in my throat, unable to get out. Mom gently asked, what's wrong, dear? This is your childhood Big Brother Al. Don't you remember? Aunt Gina chimed in right then. What a coincidence. This time handling the transfer for Al. He picked a class at random. Who knew it'd be your class? Now you two are desk mates too. Al, don't bully your little sister, okay? At school watch out and protect her more. Ethan was called. Smiled and replied, of course, since I'm the big brother. The topic was finally steered away. I breathed a sigh of relief while secretly grinding my teeth. Side-eyed Ethan sitting to my right. What a hypocrite spouting nonsense. Who knew? Ethan added another line. He glanced at me then slowly said, little sister is also the lit rep in class. There are lots of places Big Brother needs her help, right? Hearing the two words little sister from his mouth, I felt totally off, especially that drawn out right full of implication. Made me feel like I'd been shocked. Goosebumps all over. Seeing the elders all looking at me, I forced a sweet fake smile. Big Brother Al is joking. During the dinner everyone chatted about a few other things. Midway Aunt Gina suddenly nudged Uncle George. That's right, I almost forgot. You didn't remind me either. Where's the thing? Uncle George blanked. Then remembered something. Started calling the driver. Told him to bring the black box. From the trunk up. I wasn't paying much attention to the adults' talk, because I'd eaten too many desserts before the meal. Now my stomach felt stuffed full. Out of nowhere, a lobster was tossed onto my plate. I froze. Turned to look at the culprit, casually setting down his chopsticks. Gritting my teeth, what are you doing? Ethan seemed not to get the reaction he expected. A bit regretfully ohayed, using that hateful tone to ask. Not afraid of bugs anymore. I remember when you were little. Just seeing a bug within 3 meters would make you scream your head off. The adults were busy chatting happily, so they didn't notice over here. I knew he had no good intentions. I've grown up, you know. You think I haven't improved at all in all these years? Hearing that, Ethan smiled lightly. Your English is still as bad as ever though. I was choked. Snorted coldly back. Even if I haven't improved, it's still way better than someone who's regressing, getting more childish by the day. Little sister saying that. Big Brother Al doesn't like hearing it. Then, as if thinking of something, he narrowed his eyes. Half smiling, call me Big Brother Al, let's hear it. Under the warm yellow lights the teen's face became unusually gentle and radiant. I was stared at until my face reddened. Had to turn away annoyed, ignoring him. Gulped down several sips of tea. Once my mood calmed, I saw Aunt Gina coming over, handing me a delicate red velvet box. This is a meeting gift for you. I didn't expect a gift for me. Hurriedly stood to take it. Thank you, Aunt Gina. Uncle George, open it quick and see if you like it, dear. I sat down and opened the box. Discovered inside was a fountain pen, with an incredibly impressive design. I loved it so much. Sincerely thanked again. Thank you, Uncle and Aunt. I really like this gift. After the dinner ended, back home after showering, I sat on the bed, hugging my teddy bear in a daze. Even though so much happened today, but even now I still felt a bit. Is this really my nightmare? The neighbor boy moved back and transferred into my class, and became my desk mate to boot. Though right now he doesn't seem very nightmarish. His personality is still as awful as ever. Just thinking about it annoyed me. I swung my little fists, pounding the teddy bear over and over, clearly treating it like that guy Ethan. Meanwhile, with me at the center, online a heated discussion was exploding. Because what happened between me and Ethan after school, on the Cherry Blossom Avenue, had been photographed by someone and posted on the school forum, instantly causing a huge stir. Of course I had no idea at all, and just like that sank deep into sleep early. The next day, rare for me to wake up so early. Body awake but brain still sleepy. I groggily washed up, then went downstairs for breakfast. But when I got to the table, saw Mom's face very serious. The monthly test results are out. Why didn't you tell Mom? My face went pale. Hurriedly explained. It's because I forgot, Mom. So much happened yesterday. I really forgot all about it. Mom cut me off. How could you forget something like this? English out of 150 and you got 68. What are you thinking about all day? Dad beside chimed in. Come on, dear. Wasn't there something last night? Forgetting is normal. Mom coldly glanced at him. Vincent Sue, you can stand by and watch. But you have no right to speak. Dad looked at me helplessly. I felt so wronged. My eyes rimmed red. I really forgot. Mom handed the phone. Fine. You forgot, so we won't talk about that. Check what rank you got this monthly test. I stepped over, took the phone to look. My whole body froze. ID dropped from rank 9 all the way to 35. Dad had known since last night. He patted his daughter's shoulder. Comforting. Failing once is common. Only after being at the bottom once. Do you remember the feeling of being at the top? Come on, let Dad take you to school. The whole way Dad didn't mention the test again, because it was rush hour. The school gate often got jammed, so Dad dropped me off in an alley a bit away from school. My mood was extremely down. Though ID guessed ID drop ranks this time, but never expected to plummet straight to 35. Lost in vague thoughts. Suddenly someone poked the back of my neck. Glanced over. Only saw someone in black sweatpants standing beside me. From the shoes knew it was a guy. I looked up, turned to see and was stunned. Ethan. He paused a bit too, then casually asked, who did you think it was? I drooped, lowered my hand, kept walking, replied listlessly. Still a ways from school. How come I have to see you already? I sped up. Ethan crossed his arms and replied, originally, I planned for you to see me only at school. Too bad someone's legs are too short. I tried my best to slow down already. I ignored him. I wouldn't stoop to his level. Ethan glanced at my expression. Didn't say anything more. We both walked silently to the school gate. The gate was bustling with students. Quite a few familiar faces. I suddenly stopped. Stubbornly stood under the tree shade, refusing to go. I'm so tired, can't walk anymore. My bag's too heavy. Ethan, you go ahead. Ethan looked me up and down, then reached out and lifted the strap. Up the strap on top of my backpack. Let Big Brother Al see just how heavy it is. It's not heavy at all, really. Inside there's just a few exam papers and one book. I suddenly felt utterly exhausted. Snapped softly, can't you tell I'm just making an excuse? Let go. That sentence sounded incredibly grating. After saying it, even I was startled and froze. Ethan seemed completely oblivious that I was upset. His expression unchanged. His voice still laced with teasing. It really is heavy. How about you call me Big Brother Al, and I'll carry it for you. I knew I shouldn't take my anger out on him. Right then, facing his joking words, I momentarily didn't know how to react. Even so, I really didn't plan to enter school with Ethan. I glanced at his face without a mask. Suddenly got an idea. Are you gonna let go or not? Hearing that, Ethan put on a face like I'm not letting go. What are you gonna do about it? If you won't let go, then I will. Seeing that, I quickly pulled my arms out of the two straps, then dashed off ahead. As I ran, I waved back. Trouble my desk mate to bring the backpack to class for me, okay? Ethan stood there dazed, holding the backpack in his hand, watching the small girl's figure running farther away. The corner of his mouth slowly curved up. After running far, my mood brightened up a lot. I thought to myself, I'm so clever to come up with such a brilliant idea. Too bad I was afraid Ethan would chase after, so I could only run head down as fast as possible. No time to turn back and see his gloomy face right then. Just as I reached the foot of the teaching building, I was intercepted by Lily. She said sarcastically, you did pretty well on the test this time, huh? Rank 35 and all. My score was being mocked again. But strangely, I didn't feel sad at all. Clearly, when I was in Dad's car, I still felt really bad. So from getting out of the car till now, what happened that suddenly made me cheerful? I couldn't help asking myself. Lily saw me spacing out, ignoring her, rolled her eyes in contempt. Hey, do you know manners or what? I'm talking to you. I snapped back, smiled and nodded. It's okay. Probably not as good as yours. Lily didn't get the reaction she wanted, thinking her words weren't sarcastic enough. You dropped a whole 26 ranks. Didn't your dad scold you at home? I smiled shyly. Basically, my home is Tiger Mom Cat Dad, so I really didn't get scolded. Lily kept bragging. This time I improved by 3 ranks straight. Impressive, right? I burst out laughing. Why could Lily be so confident coming to me to brag about improving 3 ranks? Thinking that I couldn't hold back and laughed out loud, then turned and went upstairs. Only then did Lily realize that I was mocking her. And twice at that. She stomped her foot angrily in place. After that we both entered class one after the other. Saw a crowd gathered around the multimedia screen. Got closer and heard they were discussing the score ranking. So I squeezed in to check too. On the second page I saw Lily's name. Rank 52. Our class has 65 students total. Only then did I really laugh till tears came. I shook my head and went to my seat. Lily chased after. Still not giving up. What are you laughing at? Doesn't mean I didn't improve. Doesn't mean you're not regressing. I suddenly felt a bit annoyed. Yeah, so what? So at this rate, my rank will soon surpass yours. What? Feeling panicked now. I hadn't even spoken yet, when I glimpsed a dark figure, walking in from the class door. So I paused, quickly sat in my seat. Ethan entered class but didn't go to his seat right away. Instead stopped in front of the multimedia screen. He glanced a few times. Right then Hugo saw him looking at the scores. Proactively explained, hey Ethan, don't think our class scores are low this time. Actually it's because the test was too hard. Everyone's low the same. But in this sea of low scores, we can still see a few bright stars holding firm. Like class monitor Harry, or math rep Tommy. Ethan heard with one ear out the other. Occasionally just med. But his eyes were glued to somewhere in the class. Hugo continued, in our lit rep. That is your desk mate. This time her lit score still leads. Second in the whole grade even. Weird, why can't I see her name? The dialogue up on the podium. For some reason I heard crystal clear. Maybe people are always super sensitive to their own name. I lowered my head slightly. Ethan nodded. Finally spoke up to counter, pretty good actually. Hearing that I startled and looked up. Ethan gave a faint smile. Also looked up toward me. Our eyes met in midair across 3 rows. Did better than me on the test, he said leisurely. Right then class monitor Harry suddenly called him. Ethan, Mr. Charles said for you to go to the staff room to get books. Do you remember where the staff room is? Ethan was about to say yes. But Harry continued, if not, let your desk mate lead you. She's familiar. I really forgot. My face was burning hot right then. Really didn't want to face him. So I made up an excuse to tell Harry, but I still have to collect the lit homework. Harry's eyes widened. What's the rush now? I still have a few questions unfinished here. No way, you have to go. Collect after you get back. By then I'll be done too. So I had to grudgingly stand up. Looked at Ethan. Let's go. The two of us walked down the hallway one after the other. Early morning. The office building was deserted. The surroundings extremely quiet. Crossing the corridor, I stood outside the office and peeked in. Ethan, silent the whole way, suddenly said, you can just go in and find Mr. Charles. I'm heading out. I was about to turn and leave, when he gently tugged my sleeve. Don't leave a job half done. He paused then blinked. Lit rep. Turns out people who know how to act cute get the treats. Whether guy or girl, same thing. In the end I still went with him to get the uniform and books. Even helped carry half for him. Back in class, I put the stack of books on the desk. Panting for breath, Ethan also set the books down. Casually said, can't handle this already. I heard the mocking tone. Annoyed shot back, whose fault is all this? Ethan huffed then went silent. He stayed quiet until the end of class. Every time I turned back, I'd see him looking thoughtful. Not like he was listening to the lecture. Until after school I planned to get water. Wanted to ask Ethan to move forward a bit. Before I could speak he looked up at me. Smiled warmly. His voice full of gentleness. Getting water? Let me get it for you. Rare to see him so gentle. No way I'd believe it. My mind raced a few turns. Suddenly realized, you want to borrow my water card, huh? Hearing that, Ethan's smile froze on his lips. I placed both the cup and card in front of him. To make a card and load money you have to go to the second floor office yourself. You waiting for the school to issue you one. And stop smiling so fake. Looks creepy. Ethan dropped the forced smile. He snorted coldly. Dropped 3 icy words, so boring. From then on in my mind he was hypocritical, pretentious, bad-tempered and childish. But now Ethan had another descriptor. Moody as April weather. In the end I didn't get water, but went on a raid to the cafeteria with Chloe. By the time we got back to class it was almost time for class. I hugged a bag of snacks. Sat down under Ethan's strange gaze. Don't look at me like that. This is for the whole day. And have to share with friends too. Ethan raised an eyebrow. Why? Explain to me. I didn't say anything. That look earlier betrayed you. You must be thinking I'm a pig or something. The truth is I'm great at eating. As soon as I said it I saw him smirk. Yet truth indeed. I sneered. Took out the soda I bought for him. Tossed it straight into his lap. Wasted my kindness buying water for someone. And that someone repays with ingratitude, secretly cursing me. Ethan caught the soda I threw with one hand. Slightly stunned. Corner of his mouth curved up. He drawled meaningfully, thanks classmate. The next half period was really too boring. So getting sleepy was natural. As the bell rang for break, my head thudded onto the desk. Ethan noticed the noise. He propped his elbow on the desk. Hand on chin, intently watching my sleeping form. My sleeping posture has always been proper. No ugly positions. But occasionally mishaps happen. When sleepy, I was still holding the pen pretending to study. The cap was off. At first the tip pointed down at the desk, but gradually the tip pointed straight at my face. Ethan watched me unconsciously, drawing on my own face with the pen. Before long a mess of black tangled lines was drawn. He watched amused from the side. No intention of stopping. He even instinctively reached for his phone to capture the moment, but patting his pocket it was empty, his face a bit regretful. I kept fidgeting unconsciously, the black mess on my face spreading. Soon I'd turn into a tabby cat. Ethan had watched enough, about to mercifully take the pen from my hand, when from the diagonal back a hand reached out. That person was faster, took the pen, and gently patted my shoulder. But I still didn't wake. The hand's owner was a handsome guy with striking features, holding 2 cold milk teas. Right then Chloe arrived too, her view blocked by that guy, so didn't see I was sleeping. "Nathan, you're here." Nathan smiled softly. He handed the other milk tea to her. "This is for you." "Thanks bro Nathan for remembering this little sis." Chloe happily took the milk tea, planning to add some flattering words, but suddenly remembered Ethan sitting right next. The words stuck in her throat. She suddenly felt the atmosphere reeking of gunpowder. Only then did Chloe see me sprawled sleeping on the desk, with a weird black mess on my face. So she slapped my back hard. "Wake up already or they'll sell you off." I groaned in pain, struggled to flutter my lashes. "Don't call me. I'm dead sleepy. Let me sleep a bit more." Chloe helplessly prayed. "Big sis, wake up and see what you look like." I still eyes shut tight reached out, patting beside me. Accidentally touched someone, thinking the one next to me was Chloe. So I patted lightly to comfort, then just left my hand there motionless. Ethan with his arm pinned froze. Chloe really couldn't bear this embarrassing scene anymore. Directly pressed the ice-cold milk tea against my neck. 2 seconds later, I jumped up flinging the cold thing off my neck. Scared stiff sitting up straight. "What?" Chloe jerked her chin, hinting, "Look at your own pig hand." I looked that way, and then saw my hand still on Ethan's arm. My eyes widened, quickly pulled back like burned. My ears burned red, but still tried to act fierce, to cry thief while being won. "What are you doing? Why put your arm under my hand?" Ethan just tilted his head looking at me. Chloe really had no face to look at me anymore. "Shut up ancestor, look at your face first before talking." She and I in the mirror stared for 3 seconds, surrounded by people. I swallowed the scream inside, but anyone could see. My mood right then was extremely unstable. Nathan spoke up to comfort. "It's okay. Looks cute. If you feel embarrassed I'll draw a circle on my face too." Only then did I notice Nathan was here. I blanked a moment. One side, using the small mirror to wipe the black marks off my face. One side asking him, "Why are you here? Didn't you say going to exchange at another school?" Finished. "I came back to school to grab some stuff. Passed a milk tea shop on the way, so bought a few for you too. Your favorite, full toppings, extra ice, pudding, red beans and pearls." Ethan suddenly glanced at him. I noticed from the corner of my eye too. After a moment of silence, not sure what I remembered, I said to Nathan, "Next time no need to list all the toppings. Sounds like I'm greedy or something." Nathan laughed, "But it's all add-ons." Ethan sneered, "Are you drinking milk tea or ate treasure porridge?" Both spoke almost in unison. My wiping slowed. Felt extremely strange. This atmosphere made me uncomfortable. Because too crowded. Chloe beside watched the show with a vivid expression. The type not afraid of big trouble. I hurried to reply, "Nathan," but inside felt flustered. Then put down the mirror. I covered the black smeared side of my face, glared at Ethan. "Shut up. And how did my face suddenly get dirty? Did you draw on it while I slept?" Hearing that, Ethan burst out laughing. "Next period if you doze off again, I'll draw a Peppa Pig on it." Nathan glanced at Ethan again, then proactively said it wasn't him. "Don't wrongfully accuse." When I arrived, I took the black pen from your hand. "Hurry to the bathroom to wash your face. Wiping like this won't clean it." Chloe chimed in too. "Bring the snacks and milk tea too. After washing we can eat at the stadium." As I spoke I took snacks from the desk drawer, then looked at Ethan. "Ethan, move. Let me through a bit." Ethan slowly moved his chair forward to make way. He watched us three chattering and laughing, then quickly disappear around the hallway corner. He lowered his head in self-mockery with a smile, then stood up and left class too. In another development, after we three finished eating, planned to return to class right away. But since I hadn't had spicy strips in so long, and my parents banned this snack, so I found an excuse. Sneaked off alone to a remote corner, planning to enjoy it, but too long without eating. The first bite made me choke from the spice, coughing nonstop. Right then I saw at the small stage nearby, Ethan sitting with his back to me. Didn't expect to meet him here. Before planning to call him, a weird thought popped in my head. I came to this remote corner to sneakily eat spicy strips. So Ethan alone here, planning something shady maybe. So I tiptoed around to the front of the stage, suddenly jumped out in front of him, then looked up glaring at him. Ethan was clearly startled. He reacted super fast. Used 2 fingers to pull something from his mouth and hide behind his back. His action too quick. I only caught a wisp of white smoke left over. But thanks to that guilty conscience move, I totally believed he was smoking. The moment I concluded that, I felt totally off. Didn't expect the situation to turn like this. Caught his weakness, sure. But this kind of weakness I didn't want at all. Ethan spoke up. His voice a bit hoarse. What are you doing here? I blankly ahhed. Thought a bit then replied I went to the bathroom. His voice right then was muffled, like he'd swallowed a sticky candy. He narrowed his eyes smiling ambiguously. What's this stalking big brother? Huh? Seeing his look I was even surer he was smoking. My expression a bit complicated I won't tell. Ethan paused. He dropped the smile from his lips. His voice unnatural. Who cares if you tell or not? His right hand stubbornly hid firmly behind his back. I still sincerely advised him. If caught you'll get heavy discipline. Then it'll affect all future admissions. Your grades are so good. Senior year you'll definitely get direct admission. Ethan raised an eyebrow from my first sentence. He stared at my face both hesitant and sincere. Indifferently med. I went crazy at his uncaring attitude. Tone serious a few degrees. I'm not kidding. Our school has direct spots to top UNIS every year. With these scores you'll definitely be selected. Just for smoking and getting disciplined. Then regret won't help. Ethan seemed holding back laughter. His voice became extremely weird. You rate me that high, huh? Seeing him trying to steer the topic away, I angrily clenched my fist. Can you be serious for once? If we didn't know each other before, who would bother with you? Whether direct admission or not. What's it to me? Ethan lowered his head, his shoulders and chest shaking. I paused, thinking maybe he's so fragile my scolding made him cry. I suddenly panicked. I've only seen girls cry before. No way a guy cries in front of a girl. Hey Ethan, don't be like that, I promise I won't tell. As I spoke I stepped closer to see his face. Ethan suddenly looked up, and a face beaming with smile appeared, right before my eyes. Red lips, white teeth, fine brows, bright eyes. Brighter than sunlight. My heart skipped a few beats. I stared unblinkingly at his dangling hand. That hand was oddly gripping his shirt hem. Ethan laughed wildly, his whole body shaking. Suddenly under my glare, he stepped right toward me, using height advantage to lean down, looking at my face close. We stood super close. The corner of Ethan's eye still smiling. What, think I'm dumb enough to smoke on stage? I blanked. Then aren't you? What were you doing? He smiled meaningfully, brought his right hand out and put in his mouth. If caught eating lollipop, what rule number is the discipline? After seeing clearly what he was sucking, my whole face flushed red hot, angry and embarrassed. I totally couldn't speak. Just wanted to turn and leave immediately. But an arm reached out, firmly held my hand, waited till I stopped and didn't leave, then knowingly let go. Don't go, Ethan said in a deep, gentle voice. Then he stuffed a candy in my hand. Big brother Al has one more. 2 seconds later, that teen started holding back laughter again. Here, eat this so don't tell, okay? I held the lychee lollipop in my hand, whole body furious. Ethan, ha ha ha. His laughter carried spreading joy. When it spread across the stadium, I was easily swayed by his emotion. Stop laughing. At first I still tried to keep a straight face, but soon couldn't hold and laughed along. Laughter bloomed. I clenched the candy in my hand, both amused and annoyed. Suddenly the bell for class rang. My face changed. I glared at Ethan. All your fault, still laughing, what? Hurry and run. Next teacher is strict. What's to fear? Ethan gradually stopped smiling. He shot me a meaningful look. Report the chemistry teacher lecturing. Turn to look out. Why are you too late like this? I didn't flinch. Teacher, the new student needs to transfer records. Mr. Zhao was busy, so I led him to a few offices for signatures. Ethan stepped back, standing straight, holding a few receipts. Let the chem teacher scrutinize. Sure enough, the teacher said nothing more. Come in. We both obediently returned to seats, ignoring the probing gazes from classmates. Below the podium, the reason for this perfect act was the receipts a class rep had prepared. Actually just water card loading slips, yet became totally reasonable. In the whole class, probably only Chloe widened her eyes surprised. Why are you two back together? What did you do? You two are so not normal. The whole period, Chloe stared at our backs. At least 50 times. Even the chem teacher exclaimed. That girl in the back row. You got a crick in your neck. Chloe awkwardly nodded frantically. I wasn't great at chem. Truth is natural sciences were all torture for me. So until noon break, busy running to ask this one, then explaining to Chloe. Busy like a little top. Ethan really couldn't watch anymore. He tapped my desk lightly with his knuckle. Doing it this way, your efficiency is too low. Going to ask others what if they're busy. Plus the time going back and forth. Enough to explain several steps already. I nodded instinctively. Yeah, true. But asking others is still the most effective way. Ethan tapped the desk lightly again. Then why not ask this desk mate? I think I look like a study was too. I pursed my lips tight. Suddenly remembered Ethan's perfect math score. That's max points. A score I'd never seen before. Though this monthly test, Ethan only took 3 subjects. And scores not entered yet. But math that good. Other naturals must be fine too. Currently seems only I know. Besides lit top of grade. His math and English both max too. But I always felt Ethan had no good intent. So I rolled my eyes. Aren't you mocking me for bothering you? Ethan didn't deny. Held up 3 slender fingers waving. $3 per question. I thought a bit then said not impossible. But you gotta let me try first. Tutoring classes give free trials too. Ethan raised an eyebrow. Oh then I don't want to teach anymore. Hearing that I glared annoyed. You teasing me again? I'm really mad now. Ethan still leisurely continued. That last sentence was teasing you. He admitted outright. I was about to retort. But suddenly got the meaning in his words. The don't want to teach anymore. Means now he does want to teach. Ethan tilted his head. Corner of mouth curved up. Big brother teaching little sister homework how can charge. Isn't that what should be done? This sudden change made me slowly exhale a long-held breath. Felt my ears a bit hot. I tried to calm my racing heart. Gripped my shirt hem. Tried not to let him notice anything off. Ethan don't talk like that anymore. This sentence. Not sure touched what funny nerve of his. He laughed silently. Then sprawled on desk like what? Like those scumbag guys. At first I thought Mr. Charles seated the new student next to me. Because you're from abroad. So Chinese not good. But turns out it's you. I thought your lit wasn't great. Now see turns out your tongue isn't good. Joking aside. But Ethan still used break time to thoroughly explain those 2 chem questions for me. An afternoon flew by. To the last period. Still self-study. I reached to lightly scratch the skin under my eye. Then opened the bottle for a sip of water. Then pulled Ethan to explain. But since class was very quiet. To not disturb others we had to lean close. So when leaning in. At this super close distance. Looking at Ethan's overly handsome face. I suddenly blanked out. Ethan also looked up. Gazed deep into my flustered eyes. The small girl's face slightly pink. Eyes wide open. Crystal clear. Flashing a hint of panic. Ethan paused. Then pointed to. Under his left eye. This spot of yours is too red. I was feeling guilty. So immediately misunderstood. You're the one red. Ethan laughed. Now your whole face is red. I really wanted to hit him. Till that face turned pig head to vent. I sincerely but tactfully asked. Can you get plastic surgery? Facing this face. Talking is really a test of resolve. Ethan chuckled deeply then no. Changed to another face. How to make you blush in 2 sentences anymore. I closed eyes took a deep breath. Reached to scratch under my eye again. Only then did I suddenly understand. The spot Ethan pointed was where he got mosquito bitten. So it's red. It's me overthinking. And now that skin really itched. I didn't dare scratch fearing scratches. So just lightly pressed with fingertip. But Ethan's face beside became serious. He pointed to his chin again. Hinting this spot of yours is red too. Then he leaned even closer. Closely observed my whole face. Your cheek too, what did you do? Let's go to the infirmary. I touched the spots he said. Suddenly remembered the spicy strip from morning. Voice guilty made up a lie. Probably allergic to pollen. This morning I leaned close to smell a flower. Ethan said while starting to pack. How beautiful was that flower. Then he was about to stand. I quickly grabbed his arm. Pressed him back down. Lowered voice, what are you doing? Ethan satisfied looked into my surprised eyes. Continued lying without guilt. Your face is starting to swell. Don't you feel your cheeks getting itchier? Now even redder than before. I looked at the wall clock behind. A bit hesitant. But almost end of class. How about wait till after class? Ethan calmly looked straight in my eyes. Still 15 minutes till end. You want to walk out with a pig head swollen face? Okay, I'm convinced. Started packing my bag. Let me pack. Then go ask class monitor for leave. As soon as I said. Ethan stood up. Under the surprised gazes of the class. He casually walked to the monitor's seat. Bent down said a few words. I couldn't call him back in time. Just saw monitor Harry. Glanced toward me. Then nodded. Ethan turned back to me. Gave okay sign. Then stepped out. I knew he was waiting outside class. So packed bag faster. Quickly I also stepped out under everyone's attention. To the infirmary. The school doctor Ohade. Cheerfully asked allergic to what? Ethan casually replied pollen. The doctor firmly shook head nonsense. Pollen allergy isn't like this. Ethan shot a sharp glance. His dark eyes unreadable. I suddenly felt weak. Spicy strips I just ate 1 piece. And it was too spicy so I spit it out. Hearing that the doctor put on gloves. Carefully checked my face. This condition is a bit serious. Seems not just one allergy. Let me prescribe some ointment. I advise when you have time go to hospital. Check allergy sources. Just eating a spicy strip and double allergy like this. Said then doctor turned to get medicine. I sneaked a glance at Ethan. Saw him looking back. With not very friendly eyes. You knew eating spicy strips would cause allergy right? I suddenly scared out of wits. Afraid had impulsively tattled to parents. So I proactively softened I was wrong. Knew but still ate. Ethan cold-faced asked I felt wronged. I just wanted to taste. Ate one bite and spit right out. Ethan sneered. You spit because too spicy, right? So only one bite. I really didn't get what right he had to scold me like an adult. About to argue back. But afraid he'd really tattle. So deflated. I added I didn't plan to eat much anyway. Even not spicy I wouldn't eat much. I know my limits. Ethan still wouldn't let go. I think your limits got fed to dogs. Scolded over and over. My anger flared. Who needs you to mind? Ethan mocked. Don't need me to mind. You see if my scolding is lighter. Or Uncle Tony Aunt Bella's lighter. Don't need you to mind either. Adults told you to take care of me. But you don't have to obey so much. The atmosphere instantly tensed. Ethan looked at me then slightly lowered eyes. Said not a word. After a while uttered word by word. You really think that? I didn't want to argue with him. I knew well. Ethan did it for my good. But for my good. Must he use such harsh words to attack me? It happened to me. I was already very sad. Thinking here my eyes gradually misted. In an instant vision blurred. All grievances and bitterness these days, suddenly flooded. I quietly lowered head. Clenched teeth to hold back cry. But sobbing hiccups still softly escaped. Ethan's face suddenly stiffened. Right then doctor got medicine and came out. Hey, why is little sis crying like this? Hurry, sit here. What's wrong? Doctor pushed me to sit on small sofa by wall. Then turned to look at awkward Ethan. This kid standing there dazed. What? Hurry in and coax your little sis or little girlfriend. Ethan never experienced this. So whole body froze. He a bit panicked stepped to squat beside me. Helplessly said don't cry. Why cry? I didn't scold you that much. Doctor even thought I was scared. Little girl don't cry anymore. Tears get in and face will hurt later. Be good apply medicine. Will heal right away. No disfigurement when crying. Am most afraid of being scared. Hearing doctor's words. I couldn't hold anymore. Cry suddenly several times louder than before. Ethan really took doctor's words to heart. Frantically took tissue under my eyes. To wipe tears. By now class ended. A few students entered infirmary all turned to look at us. Doctor afraid I'd be shy so took us to partition room. Then out to see students and closed door. Room left just us two. Knowing outside people. My cry gradually turned to small hiccups. But still no sign of stopping. Ethan changed tissues one after another but I still didn't cooperate. Sorry I was wrong. Hearing that I cried even harder. Boo-hoo, what wrong did you do? It's my fault. Ethan thought I was being sarcastic. Sighed. Patted my head. I was wrong for speaking harshly to you. Sorry, won't next time. I took the tissue from his hand. Wiped my own tears. It is my fault. I knew not to eat spicy strips but did. I know wrong. Next time if I eat again I'll be a dog. Ethan didn't expect me to really self-reflect like that. He smiled softly. Like addicted patted my head again. Knowing wrong is good. Let's go, I'll take you home. I pouted, looked at him with wronged eyes. Can you not tell my parents? The real reason for my allergy. I can give you money. Ethan both amused and annoyed. Do I look like I need money? I thought yeah. So switched from money to material, then I'll treat you to eat. Consider I owe you a favor. Later I can promise you one request. But must be within my ability, okay? Ethan gave a half smile picking up my backpack. Your requirements are pretty strict, huh? Let's go, classmate pollen allergy. After that Ethan went home with me to the Sue house. Sure enough, as soon as mom saw my flushed red face, she was about to start scolding. Dad quickly stopped her. It's here too, first let the two kids come in. What's wrong with your face? I didn't dare make a sound. Just sneaked glances at Ethan. Ethan then explained that when going with him to the office, I smelled a bouquet of flowers. Right after got pollen allergy. He even made up a specific flower name I'd never heard. Anyway, Ethan's demeanor looked very mature and reliable, to the point I almost believed his words myself. Ethan handed the medicine to my dad. Explained clearly the dosage, how to use, as well as things to note. Dad memorized every word. Right then I was like a toddler who couldn't talk, obediently standing as background. Suddenly mom interrupted them. Turned to look at me. Why don't you speak yourself, no mouth? How did mom usually teach you? Dad gently pushed mom. A bit reproachful. What are you saying? The kid's already like this. I was used to pursing lips, silent. Just felt a bit embarrassed. Ethan timely spoke up. Uncle Aunt mainly my fault, because she led the way for me. So went to the office together. Otherwise she wouldn't have the allergy. In the end mom said nothing more. Here the small crisis considered past. In the following days, every day I had to wear a mask to school. After a week like that, the allergy marks fully healed, returning my clean face. These days mom also pitted her child, so her anger gradually subsided. She only required next time I must make top 100 in grade, or else hire a tutor. To Friday again. Chloe, holding amusement park tickets, ran over. Asked if I go. I was wrestling with chem equation, didn't bother looking up. Not going. Next time I must test back to top 100 grade, or mom will hire tutor to coach. Chloe pouted. If you don't go, then I don't know who to invite. Right then Ethan nodded seat. I glanced around once. Signaled her to lean close. I lowered voice. Invite your male god then. Chloe's current male god is a senior in 11th. Named Alex. They met while loading water cards. Chloe hugged cheeks, giggling. I invited already. But afraid just us too awkward. So want to drag more people. I glared. Then you not afraid I'll feel awkward? Right then Ethan returned. Chloe quickly made way for him. Stood in aisle. Continued. I also invited Nathan too. You won't feel awkward. Hearing that, Ethan glanced at us but said nothing. Isn't Nathan busy training? Chloe pleaded. That day he off. Go please. Little sis, help fulfill this fate for big sis. You planning whole weekend just study? I rubbed chin, thinking Saturday do homework. Sunday do homework. How about this? Friday afternoon and Saturday morning you do work. Saturday afternoon go amusement park with me. Sunday study again. I have 6 tickets anyway. Can invite more people. I seriously considered. Actually not impossible. So I reluctantly conceded. Okay then. You invite more cuz me and Nathan. Also awkward. How about I invite Katie too? Katie is a girl in next class too. Back in middle we same class. Relationship good too. Chloe looked at last ticket in hand. Thinking who to invite. I hummed vaguely. As long as don't leave me and Nathan alone fine. Easy misunderstanding. Right then Ethan suddenly sat straight, looking at Chloe. Seeming quite interested. If that ticket not used yet. Can give to me. Chloe suddenly eye to eye with him. Then dazed by that beauty smiled silly. No time think, agreed right away. I looked at Chloe. Eagerly giving ticket to him. I secretly cursed spineless. Then waved at Chloe. Go quick. Almost class time. Chloe dazed walked away. Clearly not snapped back. I put down pen, looked at ticket in Ethan's hand. Couldn't hold. Asked you like amusement parks? Ethan looked at ticket. Lazily replied. So back home, haven't gone out play. So want stroll bit. See how developed home now. This reason sounded convincing. I nodded. Past years changed a lot. You should go see. Ethan glanced at me. Suddenly remembered something. Asked our class Tommy and Sam. Our brothers. No, just similar names. No relation. Ethan laughed once. Eyes flickered like recalling something. Look similar though. I looked at him full confusion. But still held back no retort. I know mean Tommy ugly. But Sam clearly very handsome. Even so finally I couldn't hold. Sincerely suggested. How about break time I take you meet bro Sam? Okay. Maybe you misremembered person. You and bro Sam close huh? Ethan casually asked. I nodded. Pretty close. Social subjects all he tutored me. Can consider a good senior. Ethan oh. Then why he not tutor naturals for you too? He studies social block. After answering I suddenly realized. Looked at him full doubt. Why you care about him so? Ethan voice flat. Just asking, only girls can gossip. Guys can't. I looked bit shocked. As if never really understood Ethan. Look at him, not bad. But really can't see this personality. Ethan half smiling glanced me. As if reading my thoughts. You know trouble from mouth. I shut up, said nothing more. Next break Chloe ran over again. Said Katie busy can't go. So just us 5. Set time 3 p.m. Saturday meet at Park Gate. Time set done. To Saturday afternoon. I washed hair clean. Chose new bought embroidered flower ruffle shirt. Paired with fringed denim skirt. Finally added yellow duckling crossbody bag. Skipped outhouse. To amusement park can bus straight. Right at complex gate has stop. I stood under stop waiting bus. Less than 5 minutes. Beside appeared another shadow. Casting right on me. The one came was Ethan today. He dressed youthful. Inside white tee, outside long sleeve blue check shirt. Paired with comfy gray pants. He still wore mask. Handsome face. Only eyes exposed staring at me. I stared till bit awkward. About to find something mirror fix up. When Ethan's softly curved eyes smiled. His voice from behind mask. This little one dressed up today. Planning blind date huh? I glared at him. Didn't bother reply. See me silent. Ethan inched toward me 2 steps. Index finger lightly tugged my braided lock. Pretty skillful. I couldn't bear anymore. Can you not tease me every day like this? Ethan released my hair. Smugly laughed happily. No more teasing. Just then bus arrived. I grumpily stepped on first. Ethan followed. Sat row behind me. Our home not far from park. Soon reached stop to get off. I puzzled looked at Ethan still masking. Let me ask you this. Why you always wear mask? Ethan as if not expect ID ask. He casually glanced me. Too many sneaking looks at me. Gotta cover some. I gritted teeth. People look you not lose anything. Ethan glanced me. Suddenly laughed. Gosh now you demanding fairness for them little sis. Maybe you one of them too. Immediately I felt goosebumps from 2 words little sis. Turned straight toward park. I decided from now till gate. Won't talk to him anymore. Ethan ambled behind me. Always kept exactly 3 steps. Mad, just kidding. See me still ignore. Ethan dropped playful act. Seriously explained. Wearing mask habit from UK time. In area I lived rain wind daily. At first I ignored. After few heavy flues. Then started cover up carefully. I listened swayed. Couldn't hold said then now you can take off. Weather here mild. Air quality good too. Hearing Ethan smiled lightly. Removed mask. Habit whenever outdoor grab one. I didn't turn back, but could tell change in his voice. Then smiled satisfied. Walked more. We started walking side by side. Chloe arrived early. Standing waiting at park gate. She saw us two from afar, then waved calling. I waved back. Ran over, looked around, other two not here yet. Chloe greeted Ethan. He nodded return. Alex house bit far, but probably soon. Nathan almost here. We early anyway. Not appointment time yet. I looked at her contempt eyes. Who said boy girl date? Girl must early half hour. Chloe awkward defended. That's different. You talking case boy likes girl. Mine I like him. But probably he not like me. That much yet. So me early natural. I thumbs up praised her. While Ethan beside listened face thoughtful. I thumbs up praised her. While Ethan beside listened face thoughtful. He just stood there face like thinking something. Waited more. Nathan arrived too. He bought milk tea for whole group. He prioritized giving milk tea to two girls first. Then took another cup give Ethan. His face bit complex. Hey classmate. Cause I don't know what everyone likes. So I bought lemon water common. Chloe beside, biting straw, turned away, couldn't bear watch. Except the idiot you. Anyone can see Nathan likes you. Ethan softly smiled politely. He didn't take the lemon water from Nathan. Really sorry. You guys drink. I'm allergic to lemon. Right then I hadn't inserted straw yet. Hearing I paused, you allergic lemon. Then us two switch. You drink mine. I haven't drunk yet. Seeing that, Nathan suddenly cut Ethan's words. That cup sweet much. Boys usually don't like. Let me switch with you. I agreed immediately, afraid Ethan refuse. I quickly inserted straw. Then sipped. Ethan half smiling glanced me. Softly hummed. He took milk tea from Nathan. Smiled, nodded, thanks guys. Just finished. Then Alex arrived too. He 11th grade. Looked radiant. When smile showed snaggletooth. I scanned heights of group. He shortest Chloe now 1m7. Me even with platforms only 1m6. Tallest Nathan. He on school basketball team. Height about 1m9. Ethan bit shorter. About same as Alex. Standing amid tall people I looked like fun decoration. Felt bit inferior. Then three guys greeted, few words. Whole group entered amusement park. To ticket check queue. I stood first. Ticket checker looked my face. Then down shoes. Then adult ticket in my hand. Kindly reminded. If under 13 only need child ticket. Half price. Chloe laughed loudest. She didn't hold back at all. Alex and Nathan both held laughter. Ethan laughed till shaking. Even worse than Chloe. Ticket checker looked them, seemed realize something. Explained more, sorry okay. Really I couldn't tell. After checking. I silently walked straight ahead. Chloe afraid me mad, hurried, coax, no big deal. You just 10th grade. Still can grow. This time let you choose first game. Hearing I glanced, guide board. Hand pointed straight, merry-go-round in middle. This one ear suddenly sounded. A laugh like couldn't hold. I gritted teeth. No need look knew who. So I immediately raised finger higher. Pointed haunted house icon right above. Ethan saw my expression interesting. He giggled, asked you sure? If other asked. Maybe I'd change mind right away. But bad luck asker was Ethan. I gritted teeth, nodded sure, afraid what? Alex and Ethan no opinion. Chloe thought. Dark scary space like haunted house. Best for ambiguous couples. So she nodded agree too. Only Nathan left. I looked over. He looked me weird face. Then nodded awkwardly. He sneaked, wiped hand sweat on pants. After whole group went to haunted house front. Chloe suddenly stiffened, this seems really big. Feels too scary. Alex comforted, no problem. Haunted house is all same style. You walk behind me. If scared grab my shirt. Chloe nodded, then you go slow okay. Don't leave me. They two flirted. I looked around. Just wanted find someone fearless to go with. One glance saw. Ethan no sign panic. Wait 1 second, I resolutely shifted gaze away. Thought must avoid him far. With his bad personality. Only regret when scared head laugh at me. Even deliberately scare me more. Thinking that scared me shiver. Hurried shifted other side 2 steps. These small actions. Didn't escape Ethan's eyes. He raised eyebrow. Softly hummed from nose. He glanced. Nathan standing dazed since seeing haunted house. But said nothing. I turned to Nathan. Nathan. You afraid ghosts? Nathan paused. Expressionless, said not afraid. Then later I walk behind you okay? Nathan forced smile. Forehead dotted sweat. Finally group discussed done. Alex lead front. 2 girls middle. Ethan and Nathan rearguard. Like that. We followed set formation into haunted house. Alex front. Just stepped through room door. Wood floor underfoot suddenly creak. People chatting suddenly. Silent from startled by noise. Ethan glanced. Just old wood floor. To dispel atmosphere. Chloe forced laugh. You guys read intro at door. It says if find secret prop. Bring out give manager. Get secret gift. I didn't want dampen her spirit. Joined yaha. Wonder what gift. Hee behind suddenly cold laugh. I thought it Ethan so annoyed said. Ethan. Don't always act out of tune like that. I turned to scold him. Then saw Ethan dazed looking me, with messy hair head, dangling right behind him. Immediately scared till scream no sound. Everyone run quick. Others got it right away. All screamed loud then ran for life. Saw long endless hallway about end. Alex front two panicked. So randomly pushed a room door. Then dashed in. Ethan lazy like playing house. Though ran with us fast. But he super calm. Even leisure observe around. Just. When saw sign on door what? Wanted stop everyone too late. All four dashed in. Ethan sighed lightly oh well. Just go in so he followed in too. But didn't close door. Nathan beside. Horrified looked him. Then quick slammed door shut. Door banged hard on frame. Loud boom. Nathan still not recovered. Voice shaking got a closed door. Or that thing rushes in what to do. Actually except me and Ethan. No one dared turn see what it was. Just knew something chasing. Ethan didn't bother him. He thinking how tell us. Truth without shocking. This room very dark. We just in. Eyes not adapted fully. To pitch black. Group competed pull phones to flash. Ethan thought bit but no way. Thought best say straight. So he casually declared this is morgue. Best not flash yet. Or see some quite stimulating things. Hearing everyone froze. Strangely silent. Ethan seemed see. In room corner something not ours moving. So he, gently reminded again. Uncle actor in farthest corner there. Please don't move okay. We still kids. Just in so still scared. Hearing NPC speechless. Thought you look scared where? I felt this haunted house scariness. Far beyond imagination. I lowered head trembling asked how about we go out. Others nodded frantically then looked Ethan. Just in. Ethan became group spiritual support. Ethan lazily said okay sure. But you not afraid open door. And see something even more stimulating. Right then Alex asked. Then what now? Stand rooted here forever. Chloe lightly poked me. Waited me look then winked hint. In this situation me get it right away strange. But I said nothing. Silent a bit. Chloe wanted tell Ethan open door. Anyway. Ethan seems fearless. Every time think this morgue. ID get goosebumps. 1 second don't want stay more. I wanted quick escape out too. But I'm more sensitive. Think if Ethan really not afraid. Headlong pushed door out. He must be scared too. So I pretended not get Chloe's hint and blinked. Several stood huddled. Chloe didn't dare too obvious. So early gave up idea. Ethan actually truly fearless. From small his guts big. Few years old dared home alone watch horror. Even often pretend ghost at night. Made you cry countless times. But seeing your current form. Probably you forgot all those things clean. Ethan now thinking back. Also felt kid self. Really did many overboard things. Forgetting good too. He glanced. Small girl from fear only dare. Head down stare own shoe tips. Actually he not proactively pushed door out. Because earlier heard your yell when thought he mocked. Don't always act out of tune like that. His overly calm demeanor. Compared to 4 shivering people. Really bit mismatched. So Ethan thought. If he like this would ruin everyone's horror atmosphere. So he decided less talk less do. Just follow them one round fine. But. If he not act afraid these people free. He sighed lightly. Tried mimic our looks. Tried show bit fear. Then said still one cheat way. You want here? Hearing Chloe immediately eager say quick. I don't want stay one more second. So Ethan turned to hidden NPC uncle in corner. You want here? Chloe immediately excited replied say quick. I don't want stay one more second. So Ethan turned looked toward hidden NPC uncle in corner. Said uncle actor. I want ask bit. Outside any special scary thing. We all kids. Still timid. In this room actually over 10 actors ambushed. Per original plan. When visitors near this room. They slowly sit up then pounce. Scare visitors run away. But their current situation. That super calm teen. Just named each one. Then politely requested don't stand scare. After Ethan requested second time. Finally one stood out. Half cry half laugh said. Originally that thing waiting you at door. But now director moved elsewhere. You can go out now. Ethan glanced Alex. Signaled him go open door. Alex got Ethan wanted give. Chance performed to him. Then looked him full gratitude. First pushed door out. Others hurried followed behind. Just out. Chloe burst laughing peak really. Lifetime never seen like this. Play haunted house cheat like this. Only Ethan could think. I bit dazed glanced Ethan. Saw him still lazy uncaring. Couldn't hold asked Ethan do you know what fear is? He lightly raised brow. Leisurely replied fear what use? You protect me. Actually I didn't guess if he afraid or not. Guilty replied if you afraid. Then stand behind me. He huff laughed then agreed okay. If anything you stand front shield me okay. I huff didn't refuse. Don't know if thanks to Ethan. Standing right behind. That instantly I felt much einstein. After whole group stopped before a map. Map said floor 1 easy mode. Floor 2 horror mode. Floor 3 thrill mode. Secret prop on floor 3. But floor 3 only for 18. Normal health. We still on floor 1. Alex bit eager. You want try floor 3? Chloe shrank neck floor 2 not yet. Big bro plus must 18 to go. We how old? Alex sly smiled no prob. How they tell if we 18 or not? Chloe silent a while. Suddenly covered mouth giggled you definitely can't go. Hearing that whole group laughed along. All recalled mistake at ticket counter earlier. Laughter louder and louder. Right in that cheerful atmosphere. Suddenly a ghostly female voice. Don't know from which corner. No way okay. Immediately me and Nathan screamed horror. Then pushed group run for life ahead. Nathan wailed while running. Head no dare turn once. Everyone like that dashed straight upstairs. So. Others blindly followed up. On floor 2 right opposite stairs. A big U-shaped table. Whole group ducked under hide. Hugged heads screamed 2 minutes. I mid-scream when someone grabbed my wrist. This touch almost made me cry thinking ghost caught. But after. I heard. A steady voice by ear. Don't fear I saw. Ethan squatting right beside. Hand clear knuckles holding my arm firm. His gaze at me extremely calm. I calmed by that gaze. Mind quickly settled. Chloe and Alex curled into ball. Alex anyway older bit. Screamed a while gradually composed. He patted still screaming Chloe. Quickly after she silenced too. Only Nathan still hugged head. Alone under table screamed madly. This lung capacity at least 6,000. Ethan whispered. Voice small only me hear. I found funny. Reached patted Nathan planning say it's okay. But Nathan roughly pushed me away. Mouth yelled don't touch me. Originally squatting so unstable. I like that pushed fell back. Fell straight into Ethan's arms behind. Ethan also squatting so lost balance too. When I crashed into him. He from impact sat flat on ground. But he still timely. Raised one hand to protect my forehead. My head slammed his shoulder. The impact made me dizzy stars flying. Sprawled on Ethan long couldn't get up. Chloe saw this too. Hurried ran support me. I grabbed Chloe's hand. Just scared so limbs weak. Stood unstable so sat down again. But then I realized. I was sitting squarely on Ethan's lap. Drowsiness flew clean away. I frantically jumped off his lap. Felt my face burning hot. Ethan still sat on ground hands propped floor. Tone lazy but deep. Little sis next time lose few pounds before sit okay. Or let big bro here fatten up first. Chloe beside excited eyes wide. Covered mouth silent scream. While I stunned in place. Face red purple like statue. Really too much. Quick Nathan stopped screaming. Horrified peeked around. Gone really gone. Alex also found unbelievable. Patted his shoulder. Really unexpected. I thought you bravest in group. Chloe pinched her philtrum. Only then escaped the beauty attack wave. She stepped support still dazed me. Okay I shook head. Still dreamy fine. After everyone stabilized mood. Group discussed next where go. Because earlier panic we ran up floor 2. Place marked horror mode on map. Alex saw we just in. Since up floor 2 already then stroll C. Chloe bit timid. But she glanced Ethan's casual. And full uncaring. Saw her purpose not achieved yet. So gritted teeth nodded along. Stroll floor 2 bit. We just barely in. I raised hand touched cheek. Felt face still hot. So I had to grit agree. Nathan before coming. Originally same intent as Chloe. But since entered haunted house he no mind anymore. Just fear. However he didn't refuse. Still nodded agree play more. Ethan indifferently nodded whatever. You want play then continue. Alex extremely admired him. Sincerely praised classmate. You really too brave. So gutsy. I didn't see you scream once. While me and Nathan screamed crazy. Everyone said then pulled phone's check map. Planning wander C. C done then out. Head down looking phone. Suddenly a hair lock drooped blocked my view. I looked up. A face perfectly facing right before eyes. Next second I felt whole body off. I screamed piercing. Then clung Ethan's arm run quick. Ethan saw too. He pulled me up then ran for life out hallway. Others then reacted. Horror screams echoed building. Then whole group scattered ran different directions. Ethan pulled me ran few more steps. Suddenly turned left took me into a room. Then quick slammed door shut. He gently said you don't open eyes yet. I nodded frantically. Covered ears shut eyes tight. Whole body pressed against Ethan. One hand Ethan still gripped my arm not let go. Other pulled phone flash. Then quick shone around room. Saw seems nothing. This really rare safe zone. He used finger holding my arm lightly pat. Voice full gentle open eyes. Nothing scary. I still refused listen kept eyes squeezed shut. Only hands covering ears loosened bit. Ethan bit amused. Voice still mild afraid what? I checked for you already. Ethan. Can you change tone then say again to me? In shock I uttered don't be so gentle. I'm scared Ethan this time angry laughed real. He spoke cold emotionless tone. Open eyes. Nothing. So I slowly opened eyes. Though really no scary props. But this gloomy atmosphere. Still made me shiver. Really I crazy to agree continue. Ethan didn't bother me he released my hand. Changed to relaxed stand. I felt like he bit mad. Asked you remember childhood? Ethan annoyed replied. 3 years old childhood. 10 years old also childhood. I mentally calculated. Then said around 78 years old or so. Then after school ID go find. Kids in complex play, everyday dark then home. Originally I not afraid bugs at all. Until one day you suddenly blocked my way. Very gently said give me candy. Then tell me open a box. I believed you. Who knew open a caterpillar shot out. Ethan's body paused bit. Then slowly stood straight. Lightly nodded. After you laughed ran away, left me alone. Screamed hoarse at caterpillar on ground. From then I started fear bugs. Just sudden. See any bug bigger than nail. Appear beside me. I'd be extremely scared. Ethan nodded again, my voice bit choked. Later you knew I afraid. Yet still deliberately used bugs scare me. And each time prepare scare me. You always use this special gentle tone. Ethan reached out hesitated bit. Then still gently patted my head sorry. Before I too jerk. Always took bullying you as fun. Always made you cry treated you bad like that. But I did that all had reasons. Seeing my wronged heartbroken look. Ethan finally couldn't hold anymore. And set out the hidden feelings. Over dozen years in his heart.